Have you ever felt like there's something more to life, something beyond your day-to-day activities? Like a gentle nudge from within, pointing you towards a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. These aren't just random thoughts. They could be the beginnings of a spiritual awakening. It's a personal journey where you start to see things in a new light and feel more connected to something bigger than yourself. When you experience these spiritual awakening signs, a whole new world opens up. It's a world that goes beyond the limited way of seeing things that you were used to before. Here are 7 signs of a spiritual awakening, many of which often overlap or happen at the same time. You realize there's more to life than you knew. You start to think that the things you've always believed, felt, and valued were never really yours. They were just things you learned from other people or your community. Suddenly, you don't care about the stuff that used to make you happy. This can make you feel really sad and lost. Nothing seems to make sense or make you happy, and you feel like something big is missing. You don't know what it is, but you really want to find out. You start to ask big questions about who you are, why you're here, and what life is all about. You become very interested in finding answers, so you read lots of articles, books, and anything else that promises to help you understand. You become very interested in spiritual things. You watch videos, listen to podcasts, and even stay up all night sometimes because you're so excited by what you're learning. You try to share what you're learning with your friends and family, but they don't really understand. It's disappointing, and you might feel like you don't fit in or like you're strange, but it's a journey to understand more about yourself and the world. You increased compassion. You might find that your feelings and what's important to you start to change. You start to care more about other people, and maybe even want to reconnect with old friends or family members you lost touch with. Things that used to be really important to you, like having lots of money or being well known, might not matter so much anymore. Instead, you start to think that relationships with people feeling connected and caring deeply about life are more valuable. You might also begin to care about bigger issues that affect lots of people, like making the world a better place or taking care of the environment. These things might start to feel really important to you. Or maybe you want to make things right with people you've argued with or haven't spoken to in a while. You might start to see how saying sorry and forgiving others is a good thing. You realize that the things that really matter in life might not be money or awards, but the friendships and connections you've made with others. You think you're losing your mind when you start to think more about your soul and less about yourself. It can feel like you're losing your mind, your ego, or your sense of self. Importance has to take a back seat, and a deeper, higher part of you takes over. This can make you feel very lonely and disconnected from others. You might feel like you're all by yourself and nobody understands what you're going through. You might be afraid, depressed, and feel like there's no help for you. Simple, everyday conversations might start to bother you. You might get tired of small talk and wish people would talk about deeper, more meaningful things. This might make you want to be alone more. You notice synchronicities. You start to notice something called synchronicity. This means that things in your life seem to connect in a special way that might feel like more than just a coincidence. It's like there's a deeper wisdom guiding things, and maybe even a higher power or divine talking to you in ways you never noticed before. When this starts happening, all sorts of interesting things might come into your life when you're not expecting them. For instance, you might meet people who have something important to teach you or have experiences that help you understand something new. It's like pieces of a puzzle falling into place, helping you see things more clearly and deeply. You let go of things that no longer serve you. As you ascend into higher levels of consciousness, you realize that you can't keep things in your life that pull you down or hold you back. You feel a strong need to clear out anything that doesn't make you feel good. This might mean cleaning and getting rid of stuff in your house, like old things that you don't need anymore or that remind you of bad times. You might even start living more simply because you realize that material things aren't what's really important. This feeling can extend to the people in your life too. You might cut ties with people who are negative or who don't support what you're trying to do. You start to see your own bad habits more clearly and feel a strong push to change them. Even the little things in your life might change, like watching less TV and spending more time doing things that uplift you. You might find that you enjoy silence, nature, meditation, or prayer. You start to lose interest in arguing. Instead, you focus on what really matters. You find yourself drawn to things that make you feel good and replenish your energy, like repeating positive phrases, writing in a journal, meditating, or spending time alone. All of this helps you focus on what's really important and let go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore. You start to connect your inner world. Spiritual awakenings can make you feel very alone sometimes, but you begin to see being alone as something normal for you. You might have been very social before, but now you find comfort in being more alone and quiet, especially if you're someone who can really feel the energy of people around you. You might start spending more time by yourself. You begin to enjoy quiet moments and think more deeply about your own feelings and thoughts. You might look back at your past, forgiving yourself for mistakes and making peace with what happened. This can lead to loving yourself more, even the parts that aren't perfect, and it gives you a kind of inner strength that can't be broken. As you connect more with yourself, you also start to feel a connection to others and the world around you. You find a kind of peace inside, not because everything in life is going perfectly, but because you are in control of how you think and feel. When something bad happens, you recover quickly, talking to yourself with kindness instead of criticism. This new understanding of yourself brings confidence and a feeling of self-worth. You no longer feel like you have to do what everyone else is doing, and you're proud to be different. You know who you are and what you're meant to do. You start to question your thoughts. Spirituality can sometimes reach you by making you pay attention to your own thoughts and feelings. Even if you're usually a very logical person, you might start noticing that you have many negative thoughts about yourself and others. You might begin to question these thoughts, wondering if they're really true or where they come from. You start to see how much your thoughts, the words you use, and the feelings they bring up shape how you see the world. In fact, you understand that the way you see the world is actually something your mind has made for you. This is where you can start the spiritual work of understanding that your thoughts aren't necessarily true. You can begin the deep work of letting go of certain ways of thinking that have been holding you back. So, my friend, what's common in all these types of spiritual awakening is that they help you see beyond the usual ideas of what it means to be a person. Your feelings, thoughts, body, beliefs about life, and understanding of reality start to change. Sometimes these things might need to be broken down so that you can grow and see things in a new way. If you're still here, that's awesome. I'd absolutely love to hear about your experience in the comments section. And if you loved this video, why not share it with someone? I wish you a beautiful day.